While all these EV companies are popping up left and right, I think we're missing the big picture. We need lithium and nickel. What are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at company Nickel Rock Resources. They do nickel mining and bonus lithium as well. Double whammy. So because we know that EV is the future, it's pretty much set in stone. Growth is going to be through the roof. Demand is already at an all-time high, and there's only a few companies that are actually making electric vehicles. We need to look at the materials needed to make these vehicles and batteries. So we're looking at Nickel Rock Resources because they do both. And it's a penny stock. So Nickel Rock Resources is what we're looking at today. On the Canadian exchange, ticker is NICL. US exchange, it's on the OTC exchange, ticker NIKLF. Currently at 48 cents. We're going to take a look at the technicals later on in the video. We're going to look at price targets and see exactly what the stock possibly can do. This is a penny stock. So let's dig in and see what exactly we're dealing with here. All right, so let's deep dive into the company and see what we're getting into here. Our mission is to locate commercial-grade metal deposits and to eventually have our properties producing these key metals for buyers around the world. We will initially focus our business on the key energy metals of nickel and lithium. Two key words there, nickel and lithium, both green flags. This is what we're looking for because, listen, we're going clean energy this year. Clean, 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 clean. So if you're unfamiliar with nickel and how well it's been performing throughout the year, take a look at this chart. So nickel price is through the roof, onto the moon. They placed a flagpole there and they said, nickel's up here, come get it. 17,000 per ton now, as of January 29th, through the roof. This was trading at just 11,000 in March. So consistently going up. The demand doesn't stop, and the supply is getting pinched. The supply is having a tough time. We need more nickel mining. So here's the metal demand forecast. You can find these charts on their website. Metal demand forecast 2019 versus 2030. Because we know EV is just getting started. It's literally just going to start. Tesla was ahead of the game. All the EV companies are popping up now. Investors are loading up. Nickel, 14x, and lithium, 9x. Nickel's at the top of the chart. Most demand for nickel by 2030 is going to be through the roof. So that chart, as we saw, it's just continually growing up. Staircase. So they're in two locations. They're in British Columbia, Canada. They have an abundance of minerals, skilled labor, and specialized equipment and facilities to support exploration and development. Very good. And they also have a location in Nevada. Nevada, USA was ranked the third best mining jurisdiction in the world in 2019 by the Fraser Institute and is ideally suited to supply domestic and Asian markets. Ranked third best mining jurisdiction in the world? What? What's going on? Did I just hit a gold mine? No, I hit a nickel mine. Here's some good information about the projects they have going on. They do have 3 projects, 2 nickel, 1 lithium. Project number 1, Hard Nickel Group in British Columbia. Our exploration targets are bordering and in close proximity to FPX Nickel Corp's Dakar project, where their potentially carbon-neutral Baptist deposit has recently been confirmed as one of the world's most robust large-scale nickel projects. Some nickel mineralization occurs as Awaruti. Okay, so I didn't know what Awaruti is because I'm not a nickel specialist. So down here they tell you, Awaruti, naturally occurring nickel iron alloy important in the manufacture of environmentally friendly EV batteries. The plot thickens. I like this Awaruti. This Awaruti looks good. So they have 9 mineral claims in 3 groups. Project number 2. It gets deeper. Nickel 100 Group, geologist Ursula Mowat completed a preliminary field work program on our claims in 2004 and confirmed the presence of elevated nickel, cobalt, and chromium values in rocks and stream sediments. The presence of Awaruti is documented. We love the Awaruti. The Awaruti, it needs to be everywhere. The more Awaruti they have, the better. And finally, they have their lithium project in Claymont Valley project in Nevada. Our claims in Claymont Valley are bordering the Silver Peak Lithium project of Albemarle Corporation, home of the only producing lithium brine mining operation in North America. The only one? So it's the only one, the only producing lithium brine mining operation in North America. So these guys have great positioning. Great positioning. 3 projects, 2 nickel, 1 lithium. All right, looking good. Now, just to give you a little bit of understanding as to why nickel is so important. When it comes to the EV boom, batteries need nickel. So I just Googled nickel and batteries just to get a quick brief description. Nickel is making a vital contribution to the lithium-ion batteries that power much of the electrical vehicle revolution. The major advantage of using nickel in batteries is that it helps deliver high energy density and greater storage capacity at a lower cost. You need nickel in EV batteries to be more efficient. Hold on, let me show you this. So here are 2 key important things to mention when it comes to nickel and why it's so important. It has a high melting point, 1453 degrees Celsius. Cyclops couldn't melt this thing. He hit it with his little laser. This thing would still be standing. Can't melt it. It withstands heat too good. So nickel is needed. Nickel is soaring. It's going through the roof, and the supply just isn't there. They need to mine more. We know the demand is there, and the demand is going to keep growing exponentially. Supply, we really need it. Supply is getting crunched because so many people want it. They're running up to you like seagulls on a beach when you got a bag of barbecue potato chips. They don't leave you alone, and you only have so few chips, and you want to eat a lot of them. Now, before I dig into the technicals of this thing and get into where good entry points are, listen to this. I actually did a little deep dive, and I found Elon Musk during a earnings call talked about nickel. Listen in.
Well, I just like to reemphasize, any mining companies out there, please mine more nickel. Okay, wherever you are in the world, please mine more nickel, and don't wait for nickel to go back to some high point that you experienced some 5 years ago or whatever. Go for efficient, environmentally friendly nickel mining at high volume. If Tesla will give you a giant contract for a long period of time if you mine nickel efficiently and in an environmentally sensitive way. So hopefully this message goes out to all mining companies. Please get nickel.
We heard you, Papa Musk. Please get nickel. He's willing to give you a big contract if you're a nickel miner. I don't know what else more I could say here. Let's take a look at the chart. So looking at the chart for Nickel Rock Resources, again, ticker NIKLF if you're in the US. Okay, here we go. So as we can see here, this is a small stock. This is a penny stock. Market cap is 16 million. So a very small company in terms of what I typically trade. Now, it's a penny stock. These stocks are very risky. They could grow rapidly and they could fall rapidly. So you always need to be aware that these stocks are risky plays. Now check this out. I was doing some research on this stock and I wanted to see who was talking about this stock, which news articles came out, and it's starting to get more volume, which I like. As we can see, not a lot of action over here. You can tell when there's action when the candlesticks are actually fully formed, more like polka dots. Okay, not a lot of action over here. Over here, it started getting attention because of the EV boom. EV's picking up. This company started picking up. More people started getting on their radar, catching the attention of it. But not all of it. This stock is nowhere near well known. So this stock did a nice run up, came down, and then blasted off. So this was a nice return of 550% in just a month. So, of course, the stock sold off because profit taking. The stock ran up 500%, came down. Now, I like talking about the stock here because it bottomed. It did a little bottom. Now, the question is it going to run up or is it going to fall deeper? So let's do 2 scenarios, a bullish and a bearish, and take a look, see what's going on. So we have some resistance action right where I drew that. And if we see the stock is above the resistance, so now it's support. So this is a new support line. So this stock is typically going to come down, hit here, create support, find a nice bottom, and then head up. That's our bullish scenario. It's already working as long as it stays above 46 cents. If it stays above 46 cents, this thing can continue bullish. If it falls below, Then we have the next support down here. We're at bottom, 36 cents. That would be the second test to take a bullish run. Bearish scenario, we always want to have bearish scenarios if the stock turns negative. So if it breaks down from here, it might bounce around. It could break down. If it breaks down below this, it could fall deeper. I think it's going to fall as deep as 30 cents before it turns around. Listen, these guys are mining nickel. Nickel is necessary. They're in great locations. So the stock should continue to head up. But because it's a penny stock, it's light, there is competition, it can continue to break down. So always exit when it breaks these supports. But I think, my personal opinion is, I think it's going to stay above this line and head up. So that is it. That's Nickel Rock Resources. Remember, these videos are there to give you all the information in a short little video. I do the deep dive, I package it up, I put it in a nice little gift bag, and I go, here, all the information you need to see if this is a good investment. So this is a paid sponsorship. Disclaimer is on the video. These guys reached out to me. They said, hey, listen, we got a company we want to sponsor up with you. Take a look at it. Tell us if you want to do it. I was like, let me take a look at this. Nickel. I'm in. It fits my sector. I like the company. I'm going to do it. And I know you guys love penny stocks, and I don't talk about them enough because these stocks are fun and exciting. They're risky and high volatility, but they're fun and exciting, and they can show great growth. So always be informed and always know what you're buying. Always know that bullish and bearish scenario. So that's it. Yeah, hit the subscribe if you're new. And, if you are new, you don't know what that button does? I'll tell you. It does magical things. It gets you a little bit closer to retiring young.